Okay, we're out of here. Right, so we've been driving Lenny today. So funny, Lenny always looks like she's had a good clean, but she ain't clean. She needs cleaning. It's very dusty, and so I've just been shopping in Lenny. I took the kids to school in Lenny. So whenever it's sunny like this, look at the beautiful, lovely weather, guys. Do you want to see the houses over the wall? So when I first moved here, there were no houses over the wall. Bit by bit, they've been built. That area behind me used to be an old campsite, like the old, like a Dirty Dancing, the movie with Patrick Swayze. There was a massive campsite behind me, and when we first moved here, it was still there. It was sort of set in the 1950s. It had an amusement arcade and some rides and stuff, but it was derelict, and this wall was not here. There was no wall here. Hi John, hi Manny. So this wall was built after. We were told when we bought my house, so my house is one of 14 houses, yeah? So when I first bought that house, there were no houses here. There was a couple at the end, actually, that were half built. So all of this whole area was mud. Just mud. All of it. So me and Aurora we were given the plans of each house, and then Aurora measured each room. So she got her little ruler out and her plan and the plans that we were given. And Aurora worked out that this house had the biggest rooms. Yeah? Which is why we chose this house, because it had the biggest rooms. But not just that, when I negotiated with the people building the house, because obviously they were building it to plan, yeah? I negotiated that they would raise the roof up about a foot high enough and change the structure of the roof so it could be converted into 2 bedrooms. So when I did the deal with the builders, that I said to them, look, if you raise the roof a little bit and put the right structures in place so that I can convert the loft into 2 extra bedrooms, I'll buy it and I won't negotiate. I'll give you asking price. I added a few other bits. They put some patio doors in the lounge, and they made the kitchen room, my Elvis room, the Elvis shop where nothing is for sale. I asked them to make that about a foot wider as well. And they did it. I never negotiated anything with them. Oh yeah, one more thing. I made them put a door that goes into the garden in the utility room. It's a very small utility room where the washing machine and dryer is. Instead of it being just a small window, they put a door there. So really good. And it was a really good purchase. And me and Aurora, don't forget, Aurora was about 4 months pregnant. I've actually got video footage of me and Aurora measuring the garden, measuring all the rooms. Hi, Elvis Collector. Measuring all the rooms, measuring the kitchens, all that. So what started, at first we would just step it all out. We would stand on the mud, my little pregnant Aurora. We would stand on the mud and we would step it all out, each room. Hi Tony, how you going? We would step out each room. This is when they hadn't built anything. So then they started doing the foundations. Then we were trying to work out how big the garden was. It was hard to work out as well. So as the building started to go up, yeah, all good, Tony, what good? Ella's happy. Do you want to see Ella? Ella, come on. Say hello. Say hello. Hello, 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 hello. It's a very lovely sunny day here, okay? Manny, I saw your video. Manny, we'd be nicer if they were nice. Yeah, Manny? People give Manny a hard time because of his some of his songs, but if they were kind, we would be kind. Isn't that right, Manny? Elvis Blue defending the king. Anyways, as I was saying, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So then as the scaffolding started to go up and they started building the rooms, you know, then I started to climb. I used to climb up the scaffolding, and I would walk into these half-built rooms. At first, it was timber structures. Then bit by bit, the electrics would go in, the plumbing would go in. Oh, I know that, mate. Tony, do you know Manny? Tony. Manny is in Australia, Sydney. He's 53 years old, 53 years young. And he's obviously a complete breath of fresh air and very helpful to us at Team E, Team Elvis, Team E. I'll call you both for now until I get used to it. So Tony, Manny, you'll love Tony. Tony is our supermodel. She is the supermodel of Team Elvis. She's been very helpful to me. She's very supportive to me. Me and Tony are very good friends. And her husband. Yeah, Manny's Greek. Yeah, Tony is lovely, Manny. She's our supermodel. She is. Anyway, so then bit by bit they kept building the house, and we watched that house get built. It took about 3 months. So me and Aurora I would drive up 2 or 3 times a week, watching the house get built. Yeah, and we were very lucky. It's absolutely stunning, beautiful house. We did have a mortgage. We did take out a mortgage to buy it. This is a long time ago. This is 18 years ago. So the mortgage is now paid off. But the house is a bit tired now, a bit run down. The garden is wrecked. The garden is derelict because me and Aurora hate gardening. We mow the lawn, but that's about it. And the kitchen needs replacing. The kitchen definitely needs replacing. But the rest of the house is okay, actually. It's just the kitchen and the garden needs sorting out. Maybe this summer we'll do some work in the garden. Anyway, so concerning Manny. Yeah, you got it, Tony. So concerning Manny, you know, I've noticed that he gets a few comments concerning his videos, yeah? But, you know, we're having to wake up 7 days a week to being attacked and stalkers, aren't we? Yeah, the most vile things. Who's that? In the end, that house has got 6 bedrooms. My house has got 6 bedrooms. Hi Rick, how you going? Keep the comments short so I can read them, yeah? It only lets me read short comments. So we've got 6 bedrooms in that house, and I love that house, but I do need to get round to doing the kitchen. Anyway, as I was saying, so, you know, we get these attacks from the stalkers, these vile stalkers, saying the most horrendous things. So that's why Manny will make a video that isn't very friendly, because we're just fed up with it. Innit? We're just fed up with it. Who is that? Lorraine. Hi, Lorraine. So, guys, the whole Baz Luhrmann thing. Does anyone think Baz Luhrmann said, yeah, there's a guy in the UK who defends Elvis? Because I haven't found it yet. I've had a few of you saying it to me now, that Baz Luhrmann, you know, the maker of Epic. I'll be honest with you, I don't think so, but Sue, hi Sue, if you're watching, I want proof. I do believe Sue. Sue, please don't think I don't believe you. I do believe you, but I want to see it. Oh, thanks, Tony. But, you know, she said that he said that there's a guy in the UK who does defending Elvis, and I wanted to make a movie that defends Elvis. Because I keep saying, yeah, I can't find it. I've been looking. I can't find it. I've looked everywhere. I've watched a lot of Baz Luhrmann interviews now, which is good because I'm learning lots of new things about Baz Luhrmann. Baz Luhrmann has given... Hi, Teresa. Baz Luhrmann has given loads and loads of videos promoting Epic, you know, interviews promoting Epic, yeah? So he's really behind it, he's pushing it. He's making sure that it's a success. We see, look how beautiful the sky is, guys. Look how beautiful blue that sky is. It is absolutely beautiful today. Now, guys, do you know, did any of you see my post? Do you know how Baz got his name, Baz Luhrmann? Do any of you know? Oh, we all loved Epic, come on. All right, your internet's playing up. Do any of you know? Yeah, hi Karen. Come on, guys, you tell me. How did Baz Luhrmann get his name? One of the interviewers said to Baz Luhrmann, how did you get your name? And Baz said, well, my name's Mark. The interviewer thought that Baz Luhrmann's name is Barry. No, not Barry. Barry, Barry. Do any of you here know how Baz Luhrmann got his name? You're gonna laugh, I found it hilarious. I loved it. Yeah, there we are, Basil Brush. Because of his hair. Yeah, they took the mickey out of him at school. They would call him Basil Brush. They were being mean. Yeah? So when he thought about changing his name, he remembered that these kids were mean, calling him Basil Brush. Now I love Basil Brush. Boom, boom. Basil Brush. Boom, boom. But isn't it amazing how you can turn a negative into a positive? I was talking about this to Nicola. Nicola, are you watching? I was discussing turning negatives into positive, having a positive attitude. A positive mental attitude, yeah? And choosing how we react. This is one of the big things I learned, guys. Let me just get past this woman. So one of the big things I learned was this. We choose how we react. So if anything happens, good or bad, usually bad, there's a moment, a split second where you can choose how you react to that situation. Most of us react to a situation in autopilot, don't we? Something happens, we react. Now, one of the things I learned when I was doing my self-help videos a long time ago was that what you have to do is pause for a second and then decide how you react. So if someone called you a name, for example, you might want to just react by just shouting back at them. Well, instead, you pause, have a thought, then react. Try and react in a positive way, yeah? And this is how I live my life, yeah? Say if my car's, there we are, Sue. There we are, that's it. Sue, is that Sue? Yeah, we love Basil Brush. So Sue's got it. There is a moment where we choose, like say if my son's car breaks down, pause then slap. Say if my son's car breaks down, yeah? Now, in what used to happen, I'd be all stressed. But now I'm like, what can I learn from it? Will I learn how to fix it? I'll buy some tools. I'll teach myself some new skills. And something good will come from it. I'm just sorting out Ella a minute. You can look at the sky a minute. I'll tell you what, it is so sunny. I can't believe how sunny it is. I'm going to take my cardigan off. Too nice. Whoa. All right, guys, took my cardigan off. Took my hoodie off. Yeah? Hi, Billy, how you going? Got the hoodie off, guys. Woohoo! Ella's up. Ella, you want to say hello? Come on, what's the matter? What's the matter, Ella Bella Bella? Say hello to Team Elvis. So, yeah, I want to make a point of this. So through my life, in my business life, even running the YouTube channel, oh my God, it's messing my hair up. The wind is going to mess my hair up. It is beautiful. The wind just picked up just then, messed my hair up. I didn't bring my hat either. Oh no. Anyway, as I was saying, let's get around this corner. Hope the wind's going to be better. So there's many things that have happened in my business life. You know, things that I'm not happy with. Bad stuff. And after a while, you realise you got to make the best of it and make good of it. You know, like I'll give you an example. Say if one of my businesses was doing badly. Say it started losing customers. People had got bored of it. A disco or a bar, yeah? What we would do a refit. So we would rebrand it. Give it a new name, give it a new image. One of my bars, we rethemed it and called it Med Bar. So I had a bar that had gone quiet, that used to play a lot of house music. Do we remember house music from the 90s? Well, house music had become not so popular. So and it had a different name, yeah? So we rebranded that bar and called it Med Bar, and gave it an 80s theme. Right. So we gave it an 80s theme and we were playing 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s music. So do you understand the point of that? This is the point of what I'm trying to say is you have to turn a bad into a good. Same goes for the nightclub. After a certain amount of years, the nightclub people get a bit bored of it. So we rebranded it. We redecorated it, gave it a new name, and then that would give it a boost. Yeah, so the point I'm trying to say is that you can always turn a negative into a positive, you know? It's like even now with the stalkers that are attacking us, saying that Elvis doesn't need defending and they're sticking up for the trashers and insulting us in the most vile way. Well, the positive I take from that is they expose themselves with their words, with their actions. So every time I see a horrific comment coming from a stalker that stalks me or Donna or my group, I wait for them to dig their own hole. So they say a really vile, horrible thing about me or my family or about Donna or my group, or they say Elvis doesn't need defending. They expose themselves. So I see that as a good, yeah? If someone sets up a channel bullying someone, which is what's happened, hasn't it? We've got a bully channel set up to bully me and Donna. They expose themselves. Do you see my point, guys? I always see the good in things. It's like, I'm trying to think of another example. The other thing is how we react. You know, I'll go through my little phases, won't I, of standing up to the bullies, but then I'll just ignore them for a while. You know, we choose how we react. Every situation, we choose how we react and choose in a good way. Make a good decision. Make a good choice. Something positive. Focus on the positive. You're never going to stop bad stuff happening. You know, you're always going to have a difficult time, especially with running a channel called Defending Elvis, where people are so set in their ways, supporting the trashers, because that's what this is all about, isn't it, guys? You've got decades of people supporting the trashers. They don't want to change their ways. They're stuck in their ways. They're stubborn. They don't want to go back to how they don't want to admit that Elvis has been trashed by the very people he trusted, the people he was close to, the people he grew up around. So they attack the defenders. Isn't that what's happening here? Do we agree with that, guys? The defenders of Elvis are being attacked. Why? Because people don't want to change their ways. People can't admit they're wrong. People are too stubborn because they're older, set in their ways. They're too stubborn to admit that the way Elvis was being treated by the people closest to him is disgusting. And we're not just talking about the cousins, guys. There's many people that have trashed Elvis unfairly. Yeah, many people. So a lot of these people are like 50, 60, 70, 80 years old. They don't want to change. They're too stubborn. So their way, the only recourse they have is to attack and insult. Do you understand that? They don't have an argument, because there's no way that anyone will ever accept that Elvis doesn't need defending, because the whole world knows that the private human being behind the legend has been trashed for over 40 years in front of his daughter Marie. So they're not going to admit that. So the only thing they can do, because they have no argument, is to attack people like me, Elvis defenders. People like Team Elvis, Team E, Elvis defenders. People like Donna Presley, Elvis's first cousin. You know, there's like at the moment they all want to jump on Edie Hand, isn't it? She's become the new hero of the trashers. Yeah, they are. Sue Summer, yeah, they are addicted to it. They're definitely obsessed with me and my group, and they stalk me. They watch every single video I make, which is pretty pathetic. But the point I'm trying to say is, like, Edie Hand is the new hero, yeah? She's the one. I don't know why, but they seem to think that Edie Hand is their savior. She's not. You got to remember that Edith, her actual name is Edith, yeah? I think she is a second cousin twice removed. I think. I still haven't got it clear yet. There's two different Alices involved here. Two different Alices. And if you confuse them, you can bring yourself closer to Elvis relation-wise. So if you get it wrong with the Alices, it will make you a closer relative. But the truth is, Edith Hand, and I've got nothing against Edith. She seems lovely, she seems nice. I have nothing bad to say about Edith. The truth is, Edith Hand, the Alice that she's related to, is a step further away from Elvis. So she's one more step away from, she's second cousin. I'm pretty sure, is anyone there to back me up on this? I'm pretty sure that Edith is second cousin twice removed. I could be wrong. You tell me, guys. I'm going to put it up on my Facebook. I'll get a proper tree up, family tree, and I'll show you. But let me just say something, guys. There is no comparison to Donna Presley. Donna Presley is not removed. She's not second cousin. She is first cousin. She is first cousin. And she was at Gracelands. Now, the amount of time she was at Gracelands varied because, and Circle G Ranch, because she got married, she had kids. So yes, when she was a child, before she got married, you have that life. But then you've got what happened after she got married. But we've also got, we can't ignore that her parents worked, her father as well, worked at Circle G Ranch and worked at Graceland. That's it. That's what it is. Whether Donna Presley would come and go, or how much time she spent there, or how often she saw Elvis, how many times she was with Minnie May, her grandmother, how much she saw Vernon, is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. She was there. That's it. On and off, she was there. But let's get to the main nitty-gritty. Get to the main nitty-gritty, guys. She was Elvis's first cousin. That's it. She was Elvis's first cousin. It's that simple. Now, Edie Hand, who seems like a nice person, I have nothing against Edie Hand. She is a second cousin twice removed. She wasn't hardly ever there as well. you know, to the people that are trying to discredit Donna, well, Edie Hand was there a lot less, yeah? I don't know if she met Elvis. She may have done. She probably did. I don't actually know. I'm not sure how often, if ever, Edith Hand, her name's Edith, yeah? Met Elvis. I don't know. I honestly don't know. She may have done. Same goes for with meeting Lisa Marie, yeah? Well, let's just let these people go past a minute. Just gonna let these people go past. Hello, nice and sunny.
Yeah, again.
So as I was saying, it's right. I always walk past the same people every day. It's funny. Right. So we're talking about Edith Hand, yeah? She may have met Lisa Marie. Who knows? I'm not convinced that she babysat her because I've had a few discussions. I'm not convinced she babysat her, but I don't know. I wasn't there. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. It still doesn't change. It still doesn't change who Donna is. She's Elvis's first cousin. That's it. That's it. You ain't changing it. Donna is a closer relative to Elvis than Edith. Now, the stalkers are gonna say that I'm having a go at Edith. I'm not having a go at Edith. I'm saying she's a second cousin twice removed, and I don't think she hardly ever saw Elvis, and I don't think she hardly ever met Lisa. That's all I'm saying. I could be wrong, I wasn't there, yeah? But what they do is this. This is the difference between me and them. They will completely trash Donna Presley. Completely trash her. They will basically say Donna never met Elvis, was never at Graceland's, was never at Circle D Ranch. They'll completely dismiss her and the life she lived. They completely dismiss that Donna's parents lived at Graceland's, worked at Graceland's, and lived at Circle G Ranch. They dismiss it. I'm not talking about living in the building now, in Graceland's, the building. I'm talking about on the property. We know that they were living behind. Right. Now, just, you know, my last comment on Edith Hand is this. I've got nothing against her. Nothing. But she is another one. You know, they try and point the finger at Donna and say, oh, Donna talks about Elvis. You know, how dare she take advantage of Elvis and use his name? Well, so does Edith. So does Edith. Edith does talk about Elvis. She does use the Presley name in a different context, yeah? And she has made a book, hasn't she? She's done other interviews and she's been part of other documentaries concerning Elvis. So I could say she takes advantage of Elvis, couldn't I? But the thing I will say, don't forget that book that everyone keeps talking about, Elvis' Precious Memories. Edie was one of the authors. So they try and trash Donna Presley for being part of that book, yeah? Elvis' Precious Memories. There's a couple of bits in there that people try and throw in Donna's face concerning Priscilla, concerning Elvis's problem with prescription medication, yeah? But they forget that Edie was part author of that book. Your hero, stalkers, I'm talking to you. Your hero that you worship and then you trash Donna also wrote the book that you keep bringing up. Her name's on the book. Go and have a look. Before I change that topic, I have nothing against Edie. Nothing. I'm not anti-Edie. I'm not against her. I'm sure she's a lovely person. I'm sure she's done a lot of good. I'm sure she's done good things for charity, etc. I'm sure she's a kind person. She's done things for women, yeah? But that doesn't make her a first cousin. And that doesn't make her better than Donna. Now, Donna, that's a different story. She has spent years and years defending Elvis. All of you try and act as if Donna has been defending Elvis for 6 months. No. A lot of you try and speak about Donna as if she's come out of the blue in the last 6 months. No. She's been defending Elvis for years. I repeat to you stalkers, you haters of Donna. She's been defending Elvis for years. Go and have a look. There's loads of proof of Donna defending Elvis for years. Trying to show the world the true Elvis. Now, yes, there's been massive success on her channel. Today, I really noticed today that her channel is massively successful. 18,000 subscribers in 6 months. And some of her videos have had hundreds of thousands of views. There was one in particular, I'm pretty sure had 224,000 views. There might even be another one that's had more views than that. Go and look at Donna's videos. Hi, Matthew. Matthew, I posted your magazine covers onto my Facebook. Did you know that? And I did the script as well, Matthew. So please subscribe to Matthew Hillbilly Cat. So I posted it on Facebook, yeah? Matthew, thank you for that, mate. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a proper look later. So what I did, Matthew, this is the the David Stanley stuff, yeah? It's an old 1977, 1978 thing. So what I did, I missed that comment. There was a comment there about Edie and Donna. Just send it a bit shorter so I can read it. So, yeah, so Matthew, what I did, I put the script into an easy to read form, and I posted the magazine covers of the David Stanley stuff, all the Stanley brothers, whatever. And I've posted it on Facebook so it's easy to read. And I'm going to have a look at it later. I haven't had time to properly look at it. But thank you for sending that to me, Matthew. You've been very supportive, as usual. So a couple of things came up, guys. So when I was going through all the Baz Luhrmann stuff, yes, there's a possibility Baz Luhrmann has brought up the guy in the UK that defends Elvis. Baz Luhrmann may be talking about me. Baz Luhrmann may have said, Baz Luhrmann may have said that he supports what we do, defending Elvis, that Elvis needs defending, that Epic is a defending Elvis movie. Baz Luhrmann may have said it, guys. So Baz, if you watch me, you're a hero. You are a hero for bringing out Epic. The type of success that Epic is having around the world is a phenomenon. And the fact that in 2026, Elvis is at the top of his game again is absolutely fantastic. Baz Luhrmann, I would love to meet you. You're a hero. And I like Basil Brush as well. Yes, Baz Luhrmann is named after Basil Brush. He admitted it himself in an interview only a few days ago. Boom, boom! Boom, boom! Boom, boom, boom! Let me hear you say yeah. I say boom, 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 and let me hear you say yeah, yeah. You know, my hair is a mess. Anyway, so the other thing that Baz confirmed is that there is a theatrical musical and it's already in the pipeline, but that there is one scary thing, and that is it's based on the Austin Butler film. Now, you guys know I'm not happy with the Austin Butler film. Yeah, I like Austin Butler. He's great. I like some of the Austin Butler film. I'm not against it fully, but it is too much geared up to pleasing Priscilla. The problem with the Austin Butler film, it's all about keeping Priscilla happy. I do believe that Baz Luhrmann felt, my God, this wind. I do believe that Baz Luhrmann felt that he had to please Priscilla for his film with Austin Butler to get credibility and to have success. I think that was a mistake. I don't think Baz Luhrmann should have relied on Priscilla. He also made the mistake of talking about Elvis as if Priscilla was his only true love and as if Priscilla was the love of his life. I believe that was a mistake, but I have to accept that Lisa Marie loved that film, loved Baz Luhrmann, loved Austin Butler. So I will take that into account. But so this so-called theatre musical, yeah, is going to be based on the Baz Luhrmann movie with Austin Butler in it, and that worries me. That worries me because I don't like the storyline. The storyline portrays Elvis as a druggie. I don't like the way it portrays Elvis when he was becoming unwell, when he was reliant on prescription medication, when his body was sick, when he was, obviously he's always had serious insomnia, chronic insomnia. So I'm a bit worried that the musical is going to do the same as the movie did, and it just shows him putting on weight, becoming very sick. I've always said that if you're going to talk about Elvis's when he declined, when he became unwell, I've always said you have to let the world understand that he was also very sick. I fully accept that there was abuse with the prescription medication. I accept that. Yeah, and I fully accept that some of the medication was addictive. You know, all of us take medication that's addictive. Come on, you take painkillers or sleeping tablets, they're addictive. You take Prozac or any kind of anti-anxiety tablets or anything to make you feel a bit better, they're addictive. So we have to be very careful with the word addict. We have to be like, hang on, you know, Elvis was sick, in pain. He was in a lot of discomfort. He had serious colon problems, serious glaucoma. He had the absolute worst case of insomnia. So the other thing I don't like is how Elvis is judged the last 2-3 years of his life as if that was his whole life. Elvis wasn't sick for his whole life. He was sick the last, 3-ish years. He wasn't well. Yeah. Now remember, Elvis was just desperately trying to fix his body, trying to ease his pain, trying to get some sleep, and he was overworked, massively overworked, and he was massively stressed out. You imagine the stress Elvis was under being Elvis. So I don't like it when they portray Elvis as a junkie who wanted to get high. A lot of people become dependent on painkillers and sleeping tablets. It's not unusual. It's even now in 2026, it's pretty normal. Yeah, Manny has just said about me contacting Baz Luhrmann. That's not really how I do things. My style is, it tends to be, he was always under the care of a doctor because he was very sick. But my style tends to be, let's see if they reach out. Yeah, I don't tend to, hi Nat TV. I don't tend to, all right, we're home a minute. I'm just gonna, hang on. Right, let's just let Ella back in. Come on, we're home now. We're home now. Good girl. Good girl. Get back up. Go on then. In you go. Right. I'm just going to check what time it is, guys. See if we got any. Just so you know, I have posted a video for 3:30. 3:30. It's over an hour long. Right, yeah, so we've got a couple of minutes left. Let's go in the garden, shall we? So we're back in the Elvis room where nothing is for sale. Welcome to the Elvis room where nothing is for sale. So anyway, I really hope that Baz Luhrmann's... let's go out into the garden, guys. So this is where we play football. So this is where me and Tino play football here. There's the 2 goals. Tino's actually really good. So, and then we've got the trampoline behind me. Yeah. So the garden is quite a nice, cute little garden. So I really hope that Baz Luhrmann's musical doesn't show this horrible drugged up downward spiral, unfairly portrayed downward spiral of Elvis. I really hope it doesn't show that. I also hope Baz Luhrmann's musical doesn't show Gladys or Vernon in a negative light. Let's hope it shows more, like Epic, a positive side to Elvis. I honestly do believe that people are fed up with all the negative trash, all the trash books and all that. People are fed up with it. All of the horrible, you know, all the King's Men, E-True Hollywood, Elvis crap. People are just fed up with it. They don't want to hear it anymore. They've heard it enough times. They've heard it enough times. I really believe that. Yeah. So Baz, I really hope you don't use the musical to trash Elvis. Let's keep it uplifting and positive. That's what Elvis deserves in 2026. Yeah. There was something else I was going to say. Yes, I've posted a video at 3:30. It's similar topics as this. And we are going to be doing Donna Presley's latest video today, later on, probably around, I'm not really sure when, about 5 p.m. We're going to do Donna Presley's latest video, which I've heard is very good. I haven't watched it yet. And so that it's over an hour long, that video. And there was something else, there was something I wanted to tell you before I go. I can't remember what it was, concerning Baz Luhrmann. I can't remember. There was one more thing concerning Baz Luhrmann I wanted to say. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go and get Yasmin and Tino from school. Now, Yasmin's going trampolining tonight. So Tino is with me. I might walk him to the park. So he's hurt his side a little bit. He's got a bit of a graze on his side. So anyway, guys, I'm going to have to go. So to the stalkers, thanks for giving me some more money. Oh, yeah, the shop. The shop is now active. And I'm uploading some more designs. Okay, so the shop is active. No one has to buy anything. Yeah, I honestly, I really mean this. No one has to buy anything. Okay, there is no pressure to buy anything. Okay, but the shop is up and running. Okay, and it's not connected to my YouTube account, the Defending Elvis merchandise shop, and we are going to start adding more products. Okay, so at the moment it's t-shirts, hoodies, a mug. But we will start adding more designs. Karen has sent me some designs, Donna's assistant and friend. If any of you have any designs for the shop, for the merchandise, please send them me. We're not allowed to use the words Elvis or the King. We're not allowed to use the words Elvis or the King. So I've been using Defending EP, Team E, obviously, Captain Louis. I want to keep the theme of Captain Louis. Let's keep that going. I like it, yeah? Thank you to Miss Sams for giving us that. And so do not use the words Elvis or the words The King. We're not allowed to use them, okay? Copyright won't allow us. Take care, guys. Love you all. You're the best.